you think, like, do you see any other markets kind of on the horizon, or something that could be bigger than maybe election markets, in terms of how things are changing?
I, I mean, so the two different answers to that question. Number one, I would say the difference with election market is just how much wider it is. Like if you think about what prediction markets were like 10 years ago, maybe there's a random election in Italy and maybe, there's 100,000 in volume and like, 80 traders or whatever. Now, if you look at that, like maybe the volume is 20 times that and the number of traders is 50 times that. It's the breadth of what we have markets on is just so much wider, and it encompasses like so many more interesting things that are happening in the world, because it's not just what happens in the US is important, but it's not all encompassing. Like what happens in Japan or Italy or Israel or whatever, like these are all really important things that affect other people. And so it's really cool that prediction markets are just kind of starting to trickle into all of these non-US, non-Western Europe type of events going on in the world. So that's cool. And what was the second thing was about like the types of markets. So I think like one thing to me that's going to get a lot bigger, and it's already really big, is kind of economic markets. So if you think about how big financial markets are, like these are obviously trillions, multi-trillions of dollars, and then just derivatives, and people are predicting interest rates and default swaps. It's so complex and so intricate, and like just the dollar amounts are just gargantuan. And a lot of what they're doing when they trade these derivatives are just kind of like forecasting like what's going to happen. And sometimes it's not a very clean way to do it. Sometimes it's a very convoluted, complex. I think if you remember the movie The Big Short, when that came out, they took like a pause, like there was like some celebrity in a bathtub who was like explaining credit default swaps or something, because it
Oh
was
yeah.
like you couldn't even do the movie without explaining this intricate instrument that they were using. So what prediction markets do is so clean. Like, will there be a recession? Yes or no? You don't need to bet on bond rates in 2027 and figure out what Jerome Powell is going to do. Like it's just a very clean way to, yes, there's going to be a recession. No, there's going to be a recession. So these markets, these economic markets, are already really big, and they're only going to get bigger. And the Fed markets are already big, and they're only going to get bigger. So I think economics is like the main near-term growth point for sure.